Create one more div with the class called Overlay. Create one more div with the class called Icon Container. And then here is where we are going to include our Font Awesome icon. And the Font Awesome icon that we're going to use here is actually the FA times, which is going to be a little X. Now we want to specify our title that says button to close navigation for screen readers. Create one more with a class called Overlay text. Include our links here for our overlay. I meant to make this overlay class an ID. And now we want to target our overlay ID. We want to change our display to none, position to fixed, width to 100%, and our height to 100%. And then our background color, we want it to be black, but we want you to be able to see through it a little bit. So we're using our RGB value. Z index to ensure that this displays over everything else. So we're going to specify this as 2. Overlay text class here, and we want to change our position to absolute, and then our top to 50%, our left to 50%, transform here, and we want to translate this minus 50% and then minus 50% again. We want to align all of our text in the center. Anchor elements within our overlay text class by specifying overlay text and our anchor element. Display equal to block, color white, font weight to something a little heavier, 600. Then get rid of that annoying underline effect on our links. Add some padding to our elements equal to 1 rem. Add our transition property again for once we start adding animations. Target our X icon here, so we're going to specify FA time, font size to 3 rem, color to white, padding of 1 rem. Function called on, and this is going to turn on our overlay. Get our overlay element, so we're going to specify a turn on variable, and we're going to make that equal to document.get element by ID, and we're going to grab our overlay. Add a class to our turn on variable here by specifying our class list dot add again, and in our case we're going to add a fade in class like so, but we have not created that yet. Turn on our display, our style dot display equal to block. By one more variable and name this overflow, and what this is going to do is it's going to keep us from scrolling up and down when our overlay is showing on our page. Our query selector here, and we're going to grab our body element, and we want to specify our overflow variable followed by style, and the style we want to change is overflow. And so in our case, we are going to make this equal to hidden. Grab our function, copy it, and paste it down below and change on to off. Change our variable here to turn off, and then we want to change these two down below to turn off as well. And now what we want to do is, instead of adding this class, we want to remove our class. And then instead of displaying block, we want to display none of this. And then this, we want to simply remove hidden, and that will get rid of our hidden style. To this FA bars here, we're going to add a on click attribute, and we're going to make that equal to our on function that we just created. Now we want to copy and paste this, and to our X element, we want to add this as well, but we want to turn off our overlay. So we're going to go find our element and change this to our off function. Move our overlay up 1 here. So what we're going to do is put that right below our header element here. And now instead of having this X on the left, it would make more sense to have it on the right. So what we want to do is specify our icon container class, align our text to the right. You guys will notice that our X is over here on the right side. And now we want to make our overlay text just a little bit bigger. So we're actually going to change this to 2 rem, increase our padding a little bit. So we're going to make this 0.4 rem just to clean it up a little bit. And now you guys can see that our overlay navigation looks much better. Eye elements, when we hover on them, we want to change our cursor to a pointer. Cursor changes to a pointer. Anchor elements and change their hover to when the cursor hovers on them, it turns into a pointer.
Click the card above to see what happens next.